Hello, guys. We're here with another episode of Beyond the Breakpoint, and today I have the absolute pleasure to sit down with Steve Davies, a man who's provided private security to high net worth individuals and celebrities you're definitely going to know all over the world. From the troubles in Ireland all the way to British Hong Kong, Steve has some amazing stories to tell, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this
Yeah, so I
conversation.
think and that was kind of the point of today's podcast is I can learn a lot more about your journey, your story. It's meant to be very conversational and relaxed, not rigid in really any way. So I think it'll be interesting just to hear really about how you got to where you are now, obviously being a managing partner of such a great company. And I guess besides even your journey, some of the current trends that you're now facing with the things that are going on in the world, whether it's politically, economically, changes in technology with AI, some of the new trends in your industry, with that, challenges and opportunities that you and your company are facing, some of your plans for 2026, and yeah, we kind of just go from there.
Okay, then. So my story started back in 1976. Couldn't find a job in the UK, so I joined the military and did my training, got posted overseas, did active tours in Northern Ireland. Um, Back in 76, 78, 79, it was
The troubles,
pretty,
yeah.
yeah. And I completed my 9.5 years contract. I did 3.5 years special operations group, and then went to Hong Kong. I just picked up everything. So you know what? The last time I was in Ireland, I lost 17 friends. And these guys were with me for 9 years, and I missed the actual bomb by 15 minutes. So, you know, I was pretty blessed that night.
Yeah.
And it was December the 20th. And when I saw my mother turn grey overnight because she couldn't get hold of me, but it was on the news in the UK and she knew it was my unit.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what, maybe it's time to spread my wings and venture elsewhere. So I ended up going to Hong Kong for 9.5 years as a bodyguard to an ultra high net worth family. Um, couldn't use chopsticks, but picked it up pretty fast. And then after 9.5 years in Hong Kong, I decided I wanted to settle down with a family and everything. Came to Canada, Toronto. So what I've been doing for the last 30 years in Toronto is actually providing high net worth security and risk management services to CEOs, executives, ultra high net worth individuals, members of the British royal family, Saudi royal family, and just flying all over the world and protecting people. I did have the honor to, and most people, some people won't call it an honor. I call it an honor to be personal bodyguard for Meghan Markle for 2.5 years. Prince Harry, they're both good friends now. So that was an adventure. Me and my wife ended up being invited to the wedding and everything else. So it's to my wife, that was probably over the 30 years of marriage now. That's the first thing she's really got out of my job apart from money.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Um, and she's, you invite to a royal wedding and everything else, and you're just a normal person. It's like, oh, great, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and I still have a good relationship with Megan and Harry now. So a lot of my clients, we do the risk management for them with regard to what I've found over the years, ultra high net worth individuals, every family is dysfunctional in its own way.
100%.
Doesn't matter whether you're the royal family, ultra high net worth family, even a poor family. Everybody's got its own dysfunction. So we have clients come to us and they say, "Oh, we want these services." The first thing we look at is the fact of what's your lifestyle?
Yep.
Why do you need security from us? And what are you worried about?
Yeah.
In today's market where AI is big, the biggest threat to a lot of families and ultra high net worth people is social media.
Makes sense.
Because a CEO of a corporation is a brand.
Yep.
Corporation is a brand, CEO becomes a brand, and his family become a brand to the brand.
Yep.
So a CEO could be out making a speech and someone videos it, a bad comment comes up. Within 3 minutes, it's posted on Instagram, Facebook, it's around the world. And the biggest problem with social media today is that 90% of the people that are reading it believe it.
Yep, it's true.
Nobody is researching anything. And when I was with Megan, she wasn't used to it. She went from celebrity to the world's most known family.
Yeah.
And we called it a new normal because it didn't matter what she did, people would criticize it.
Always. Yep.
She cannot defend herself. Because you go from being a celebrity and managing your own PR and your PR people and marketing to going to the most well-known family in the world, and they take over. Their people behind them, behind the firm, take over the PR and the marketing. So stuff's going out without you even knowing what's going on.
Oh, makes complete sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Now with high net worth families, I mean, you've got your kids, and some kids will, because they're high net worth, will do what they want, party and enjoy themselves. Some could get pulled over for DUI. But again, if that made it to the media, then that family's brand's damaged, but also the corporate brand gets affected by this.
100%.
So we end up doing the physical security, the residential security, as well as the cyber monitoring. We have the websites and social media scanned daily to find out if there's any comments going out there about the CEO, the wife, the family, the corporation, what's bad in the media and everything else. And that way we can advise the client what's going on, what we should be careful about, and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, the AI it's a wonderful thing. And I was talking to someone the other day, and I said to them, it doesn't matter how smart AI gets, you're still going to need a whiteboard in the market.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, last year in Toronto, a couple of the cellular networks went down. Everybody's data was down, and people, your smartphone's smart, but if it's not working, it's not that smart.
It's true.
So that's why we always do a hard copy of contacts, phone numbers, everything. Because if it goes down and you can't reach somebody, and in our world where we provide protection, our networks are the people we talk to and contact all the time.
Yeah.
If I get a client coming to me and saying, we're going to France, we need protection over there, I'll make a phone call, we'll get it done, we'll get it set up, and it's managed.
Yeah.
If you can't get hold of those phone numbers to call the right people, you can't do anything.
No, it's exactly. It's true.
I always say to clients, remember, technology is a wonderful thing, but it's not the be all and end all of everything.
No, I'd say it's a powerful tool, but it is just a tool. It is not the end game in that. So you're entirely right.
Yeah, and they're going about the security now with all these cameras and the AI in the cameras, and let you know who's at your door and identify the face and everything else. Behind that, you've always got someone sitting at a desk watching a monitor confirming things.
Yep. No, that's
so
exactly it.
A lot of our stuff is done behind the scenes. And a good day for us is where nothing happens. And I've been doing the protection work now for almost 40 years. The incidents I've had in 40 years are probably 3 or 4.
That's amazing to hear then, yeah. And especially like for the record, when you're then able to present that to high net worth individuals from whatever part of the world they're in, they can know that you provide solid protection, that because you're able to cover them so well, it's very unlikely that incident will actually occur.
Incidents will occur, but it's having the intelligence and knowing the clients, so you can provide a result that will say nothing's happened.
That makes sense.
I mean, I had a client turn around to me, high net worth client in Canada, and he said, Steve, can you teach my guys to do what you do? I said, no. He said, why not? I said, because I don't know what I do. I just do it.
I get you.
I said, because I have a relationship with you and I talk to you in a certain way. And if your security team were to do the same, you'd fire them straight away for being rude.
Yeah, makes sense.
I said, I can be 50 meters away from you and I can tell from your body language if you're uncomfortable, we need to get out of there. And it's having a relationship with the clients. It's whether you're a financial planner or whatever. Even your doctor, you always build a relationship with the client, with the patient. So it's got to be a type of relationship where they're not worried to tell you anything.
Yep.
Because
No,
they know it's
100%. I know what you mean. If you're reading the environment and you say that, I just got a bad feeling about this one, we should get out of here. They trust you. Say, you know what, you're right. Let's get out of here. It's not that I want to stay. I want to have fun. They can defer, and you're right. Build that relationship to have trust with you to say, you know best. I'll follow your lead.
exactly. And when we first meet a client, I want to know about the family. I want to know their background, what threats they've had in the past, and everything else. And the main thing is, why do you want me to meet with you?
Yeah.
What are you worried about? Someone that calls for me to come in is not looking for someone to change the lock on the door. We can do that, but they're very expensive locks.
Yeah.
Unless the client turns around to me and tells me exactly what the problem is, they can't put a package together for the client to say, you're going to be safe.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
The packages we build, I call it's like an insurance policy. It's an intangible product. You pay for your life insurance all your life.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need it. And the sad thing is, when you do need to use it, you can't use it. Your family's using it.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's an intangible product, which is like security. With security, risk management, when there's a budget problem with corporations, the first thing they cut back on is security because, oh, nothing's happened in the last 2 years, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. They get too comfortable. Yeah.
And the comfort zone I call it Canadian thing, the comfort zone. I mean, I'm Canadian, I've got my passport and everything. So I'm dual citizen with the UK. Many years ago, 20 years ago, you used to be able to walk around the world as a Canadian with a maple leaf on your backpack.
Yeah.
Everybody loved you. Today, it's completely changed because of the economic situation, the wars that are going on, the politics that are taking place.
Yeah.
So people look as Canadians as being bad as Americans or being bad as the Brits.
Yeah, I get you.
We're all part of the NATO. So when there's a war going on, whether it's Afghanistan, Iraq, NATO go in there, the world goes in there.
Yep.
So I mean, if you look at it years ago, United Nations was formed by Canada.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true.
To bring peace.
No, and you're right, especially because of our involvement. That can come in many forms, whether it's like just boots on the ground, as direct as it gets, sending money over to try and fund a war effort, or simply even just supporting it through our parliament. You're right. Unfortunately, Canada, for many reasons, has had a new tainted outlook from the rest of the world. I think our international reputation has started to fall, and it disappoints me a lot.
Yeah, and the way I look at things is, I mean, you got Mr. Trump down in the US at the moment. You say he stopped 7 world wars going on or something. It makes for good publicity.
Yeah.
What happens in the States normally happens in Canada 5 years later.
Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it. That's true.
So we look at all the shootings in the US, the churches, the schools, everything else. It's happening in Canada. You know, you get the lockdowns in schools, you get the guns and gun problem and everything else. And Canadian government have put restrictions on weapons and everything. But it's not the legal weapons that are shooting people. It's the illegal weapons that are coming across the border.
100%.
And then when Mr. Trump came into power, second time, he turned around and said the Canadian borders are weak and everything else. So from my perspective, if Canada wanted to strengthen the borders. We have thousands of soldiers that have served in Iraq and Afghanistan that are completely trained for that type of work.
Yeah.
They're sitting at home. They can't do it. They can't find a job that pays well. Why not take these people and put them on the border, because they've already been trained?
Yeah.
You haven't got to train anyone. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a very good point. It's very true.
So Canada is a wonderful country. We just need to get moving on things. And back to what I do is, Canada is ultra high net worth people that threat in Canada because the security is so weak.
Yeah.
If I want to do a kidnap ransom, I'll come to Canada because it's easy to do that sort of thing. You go to the States, they take security seriously.
Yeah.
The UK takes security seriously. Canada is a country where security guards might as well be Uber drivers.
No, you're entirely right. And I think it is a mentality that many people need to really accept, is this is the reality of the world. It can be a dark reality, but it is the world we live in. And even I was in Croatia in August, and I was blessed to be around many high net worth individuals. And one of them was actually a billionaire who had private security with them. And another gentleman, Rob Moore, who was on the trip, he was even saying a lot of people want to be billionaires. They want to be multimillionaires, but they don't want to have the billionaire problems. And that is exactly it. When you even bring up ransoms, that was his specific example. People don't think of, yeah, you get to a certain status, you're posting on social media as part of your branding for yourself or your company. There are terrible people out there who will say, I can kidnap your wife or your kid or whatever to try and get a ransom. And it's accepting that that is unfortunately a reality for some people and having to adapt to those circumstances.
Yeah, I think what we have to remember is, I turn around to high net worth clients, even normal people, I'll turn around and say, look, you've got to work every day. You pay taxes every day. Organized crime, terrorists, it's a business for them to cause problems for you.
Yep.
They don't pay taxes. They don't have to pay tax. They just take the money and then finance other things to be done.
Yeah, it's very true.
So it's a mental outlook of saying, okay, and when we design programs, it's designed for the client to be able to use and live their lifestyle. Ultra high net worth people have earned their money, or they've inherited their money, and they want to enjoy their lifestyle.
Yep.
If you put a security detail around a high net worth individual and it's uncomfortable for them to use, they're not going to use it.
Yeah.
There's the saying, seen and not heard. Now, they used to use that for children when there are parties and meetings and everything else. Your kids are there, but they're quiet, they're not heard. The security detail is the same thing. We blend into the background, and it's gone from the days of security bodyguards, protection specialists being 320 pounds, 6'5", 6'7". Because I used to explain to celebrity clients, when people see you out there and they see you with your big guys, they know the big guys are there to do the job.
Yep.
But when they see you out there and there's no one around you, that's when you become vulnerable.
Yep. It's very true.
So what we try and do is we try and blend in with the client's background and become part of their world without becoming part of their world.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It's interesting. Like I mentioned, one of my close friends, Joel Sullivan, did private security, and I was with him in Dubai just last week. And when I was talking with him, there are other individuals there who also do private security, and it's interesting hearing some of their experiences. Like one of the guys, like you said, was not an overly big guy, was maybe like 170 pounds, around 5'10", 5'11", but he's been saying it's exactly that point. You'll have clients who almost want like an entourage or an image that when they have security, they want them to be these 6'5", 300-pound guys because they don't understand the effectiveness of someone being even though smaller but more capable. They just have this image in their head of, well, I want my security team to look like this. And for like the one gentleman, because he had tattoos all up and down his arms, for some clients, like, I don't want that. And he's trying to explain that it shouldn't matter how I look. I do the job and here's my resume as good as anyone else. But yeah, some people just have this image in their head of, I want my bodyguard to look like this. And it's interesting.
I call that the bling security. You like a nice Rolex? It's a bling.
It's a
A
good way
nice
to put it.
diamond necklace? It's a bling. The big guy next to me, 6'9", 300 pound. That's bling. Have you ever tried seeing one of these big guys getting a small vehicle?
Exactly it.
So it's what we do is it's 90% boring, 10% action.
Yeah.
But the action can be taking the wife shopping, making sure the wife gets home, picking the kids up from school, making sure the kid. I mean, we've got AI technology where we put it on the phones, put it on the smartwatches. We can track them wherever they are if they need us to track them.
Yeah.
It's being there and monitoring more than being action guys. And it comes down from everything from the home security to making sure the nannies are vetted, to the gardeners are vetted, to making sure everything's taken care of. Years ago, it used to be the big bodyguard just standing there being a bruiser.
Yeah.
Now you're doing a lot more. You need to know about smartphones, printers, computers,
Yep.
technology for the house.
Yep. I think you're right. It's
Um,
knowing all of that stuff, and like you said earlier, transparency with clients is huge, and it's along with that, it's building the relationship because a client may at first want to hold certain information back, but like your analogy stated, it's the same thing as going to your doctor. You need to be as honest with them as you can because if you hold things back, they may diagnose you based on some information as having a certain problem when it's something entirely different because you're holding back info. So if they're having social media accounts they don't tell you about or security systems they don't tell you about, people in their life they don't tell you about. There's many external factors there that could end up causing issues down the line. So transparency is definitely huge.
I mean, we had one client that went to Vegas without letting us know about it, and he wanted to go down. It was for the F1, the first F1 race. It was down in Vegas, so we went down there with some friends. Wonderful. So that's saying what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It's true.
And we've been cleaning up that mess for the last 2 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's exactly stuff like that. It's insane.
So it's I mean, the world we live in is a wonderful world. Um, I mean, I'll touch on paparazzi because that's my biggest enemy at the moment. Um, and I'll give you a prime example with Megan. When she was in Toronto, she was doing suits, and she used to be able to go out and see people, go to dinner with friends, and everything. And when it was announced that HRH was dating Megan, and then the engagement came. The day before the engagement, we ended up with probably about 10 paparazzi outside the house on the street. The engagement was announced. We went to 100 paparazzi with satellite vehicles and everything else on the street.
That's insane.
That is when the world changed.
Yeah.
Now, we have paparazzi chasing our vehicles down one-way streets and everything else. And if it was, and this is the interesting thing, paparazzi have their own world.
Yeah.
Now, if a civilian, a stalker, was doing what paparazzi do, they'd be arrested straight away, put in jail, restraining order, everything else. Paparazzi were trying to get in their neighbors' houses, in the bedrooms, looking over. They were trying to rent rooms to look over the garden and everything else.
That's wild.
And it comes to a point where there's got to be a law with regard to paparazzi. I mean, all that went through HRH's mind was his mother.
Yeah, of
Paris.
course.
Okay, so it was a very, very difficult, tense situation because Em was in the house and she was scared to open the curtains because she didn't know who was looking in and everything else. We had to upgrade the security, the cameras and everything. We were working with the Toronto police, which was good. They kept a lot of it away. But again, it's just invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
And when you become a celebrity, you give up your privacy.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
that's especially when you, yeah, sorry, I was gonna say exactly when you reach that point where You can't even step outside your own home. I guess in this case, even be in your own home without always having eyes on you. You can't even just act normally. You always feel you're being watched by someone. It's like the Big Brother kind of thing. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's
that would
worse
be
than we,
weird to adapt to.
but it's that's a bad thing. But that can happen with whether it's a CEO, high net worth individual, family. The more prominent you are, the more people are looking for dirt.
It's so true because they want to get that scoop. There's people out there who want to just try and find something bad on you so they can be the one who then expose whatever it is they're trying to tell.
The paparazzi are looking for that $1 million picture.
Yep, that's exactly it. And it's unfortunate people like do live their lives with their whole careers based on trying to find dirt on others in that way. But yeah, it is just the reality again.
I mean, my way of dealing with the paparazzi, I'll give them exactly what they're giving us. So, if they're giving my clients no privacy, I'm pounding down their house and I'll sit outside their house to see what they want to do.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, so that's my world.
No, so I'm curious since we can also delve into like some of the things you mentioned there, especially for today's day and age, cybersecurity and social media being a major issue to try and deal with and adapt to. What are some of the specific challenges you deal with in that and some of the challenges with it?
I mean, with the clients, it used to be the emails and their computers that were the biggest problem. Now you can do everything off your smartphone,
Yeah,
and we have cyber partners we work with. Um, you've got all these big companies all over the world that can do this, do that. We do what we do, we specialize in, and then we find partners that can assist us to the best of what they do.
that makes
So
sense.
come in, look at the clients, IT networks, what they've got in the house, how vulnerable they are. We'll do penetration tests, red hatting, everything else, and we'll keep their phones clean.
Yeah,
We've got certain phones we use for special clients where if they lose their phone or their phone is compromised, we can clean their phone from the push of a button.
that makes sense.
And we've got backup, and we're monitoring their phones and their cyber activity 24/7.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes sense.
the thing with technology, and it's a difficult thing because something new will come out, and then 24 hours later, something new is better.
Yeah.
I mean, the best phones and smartphones in the world were the Blackberries.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I remember that whole phase and transition before Apple really became the big kid on the block.
Yeah, I mean, Blackberries were used by the governments and everything else, and that was the smartest smartphone out there.
Yeah.
Now you've got so many apps, you download so many apps and everything else. I mean, we restrict our clients on what apps they can download and they can't download.
Makes sense.
I mean, prime example of an app that's used by a lot of security details and governments is WhatsApp.
Makes sense. Interesting.
But the better one is Signal, which has a
Okay.
higher encryption.
Okay, that's
So
good to
it's
know that even for
more, it's
myself. That's good
more,
to
it's
know.
more secure. It's more Signal's more secure than anything else. Everybody's using WhatsApp. I
Yeah.
think it's owned by Chinese government have got something to do with WhatsApp, so the information, whatever's going on there is getting transmitted somewhere else.
Yeah.
But again, with our cyber team, they take care of the clients for us. They put a security blanket around the clients. And I mean, some of the clients' children all complain because they can't download this app or can't download that app. There's a reason for it.
Yep.
If I want to get to a high net worth client, I'll start with the kids and then the wife.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. They're the
That's
most vulnerable and they're the
the
most gullible in some ways. So I get that. Yeah.
weakest link. I mean, would I kidnap a CEO? Okay, yeah, you could kidnap a CEO. You're going to wait for the money. You take the wife or the children, you're going to get
Yeah.
paid straight away.
Yep. It's that emotional tug that they will, it's just the reality of it. Yeah, they're going to go for it right away.
Exactly. So that's, the cybersecurity is a field that I can put you in touch with someone if you want to get a more in-depth overview on the cybersecurity. But again, it's something that we do, but we have specialists do it with us.
That makes sense. Yeah.
The one thing we don't do is get into something we don't understand 100%.
Yeah. No, and that's the best. That's most professional way to go about it. So that makes complete sense. That if you say, okay, there's still stuff we need to learn about a certain field or area, we defer to someone else who knows a bit more about it, so we can learn from them, and that makes complete sense.
It's the only way I can give the client the best services out
Yeah, that's it. You're not trying to front to something you're not. You're being very transparent, just as you expect them to be transparent with
there.
you. So that makes complete sense.
I mean, we've just opened an office in Mexico City. Um, because of kidnap ransom problems down in Mexico and executives traveling to Mexico and everything. So I don't go into someone else's backyard and do their work.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my colleagues I've worked with for the last 10 years in Mexico. I can trust them 100%.
Yeah.
I'll send a client down there because I trust these guys. We
Yeah, that
can
makes
cover
sense.
100. We can cover 190 countries worldwide with agents.
That's incredible. That kind of global reach is actually phenomenal.
It's a global reach on the smartphone.
Yeah.
but But again, the guys we use are former military, law enforcement specialists, and everything else. So it's a guaranteed service of quality, and keeping the continuity from what the client gets in Canada to what the client will get in Bogota or Colombia or Spain or Mexico. It's the same service, transitional service. What we will do is send one of our Canadian agents that knows the family with the family to Mexico to be the communications conduit. Because if you're a high net worth family and you're traveling around the world and you're meeting different security teams, the problem is you don't know these people, you don't trust these people.
Yep. Naturally, yeah.
So by taking one of our agents with you that knows the family, knows what the family like, what they don't like, makes it an easy transition to move around the world and feel comfortable.
That makes complete sense, man. I get it. And that's it. It's a constant communication, trying to make the client feel as comfortable as they can in these situations. So that's a
Yeah.
smart way to approach it.
It's like a suit. You get a suit tailor made because it's
Yeah.
comfortable. It fits well.
It's exactly it.
That's what we have to do with clients. We have to fit well with the clients.
Nice. So I'm also curious too, especially there's many problems I'm sure like with any industry and business that you're constantly having to deal with, especially as times are changing and new things are emerging. If there was like a magic wand you had that there was one major issue that you could have corrected, what would be that one issue?
End of technology. I mean, for the systems we put in clients' houses, the camera systems, everything. I mean, everything's changing all the time, and someone else is coming out with something else that can do this, can do that. And again, it's the clients. We're lucky because our clients trust what we do, and they don't go looking at things. But from time to time, we'll get a client that's seen something on the internet or TV. Oh, can we do that? We already do it.
Yeah.
Well, they said this will happen and that will happen. We already do it.
You're ahead of the curve
No,
by quite a bit. I
don't.
get you.
The wheel's not broken. We don't need to fix it.
Yeah, I get that.
And it comes down to even the car thefts and everything, high net worth cars and everything else. We get clients calling us and say, "Oh, can we put these retractable bollards in the driveway?" Yeah, you can. It's like $140,000 just to do this one part of the driveway. Well, that's expensive. I said, but we can also put technology on your vehicle that will stop anybody from taking.
Yeah.
How much is that? It's not $140,000. Okay, can we do that? And then the client will call you to say, well, the remote's not working because you didn't charge it. It's calls at midnight like that you get.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
that's why the clients pay us a retainer each month because they have us 24/7.
Yep.
And it's like with when she was in Africa the one time. She called me at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I picked up the phone and said, yes, what are you answering the phone for? I said, because you're calling. I was going to leave you a voicemail. You pay me to be here 24 hours a day. I'm here. What can I help you with? Oh, okay, thank you. It's being there when the client needs you.
No, it makes sense. You're always ready for that call to duty. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the comfort for the client. It's that insurance policies, that intangible product that you never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
And I mean, one other thing I'll touch on is you get a high net worth clients, and they'll have kidnap ransom insurance. Oh, we're fine. We've got kidnap ransom insurance. There's certain clauses in the kidnap ransom insurance that you have to do these things. If you don't have these things in place, your
Interesting.
insurance becomes void.
Hmm.
Nobody really reads the small print.
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, we've got it. That's okay. Put it over there."
Fascinating. I didn't even honestly know that that was a field of insurance. So then to hear that obviously like with any type of insurance, you have those specifications you have to follow suit to. Yeah, I could very well see how people slip through the cracks and not pay attention to certain details and like that. Oh, and a situation where like with that to arise and you have the problems with the insurance, that would be so hectic to have to go through. I
Well,
really
let's
couldn't
let's
imagine
look
that.
at it. Let's look at it. Basic house insurance. You've got a flood policy.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen it on the news? People's houses get flooded and they can't get paid by the insurance because you didn't do this or you didn't do that.
Yep.
It's exactly the same with kidnap ransom insurance. It's exactly the same with life insurance. They all have policies in small print.
Yep.
Smaller the print, the more important it is.
Very
They're
true.
hoping you can't read it because it's so small.
Yeah. No,
You
it's so
never
true.
check. You never check the small print.
No, it's exactly it. People just unfortunately assume, and as I say, you know what happens when you assume, and that's exactly it.
Oh yeah, you assume and you end up in the washroom.
No, unfortunately, very true with that one, 100%. So I'm also curious, so for you and the company, what are some of the goals and opportunities you guys have set up for 2026? Is there anything specific you're looking to accomplish or setting out to try and do?
Yeah, 2026, we want to focus more on working with family offices, whether it's single family offices, multiple family offices. What I've found in the past is family offices are a great resource for high net worth families.
Yeah.
They know your investments, your portfolios, everything else. Do they know a lot about risk management for high net worth families? Not really. And the wait sometimes the clients say, "Oh, I've got this problem," then they'll call.
Yeah.
What we're looking to do is being able to work with family offices across North America so we can provide a support service for them that will be available to their clients 24/7.
Oh, that makes complete
That
sense.
way, anywhere in the world, if a client calls up, oh, we're in India, Bangladesh, and we need some support from security people, we have the resources there. They can call us. They're not going to go through the yellow page and pick somebody out.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. So our goal with 2026 is to do more work with family offices.
Okay, amazing. That's a great goal to have. And so I know there'll be a lot of changes coming in 2026, a lot of different fields, especially as we talk about cybersecurity. So that'll be good. I'm sure there'll be a lot of family offices who are looking for those kind of services. So I'm sure that'll work out really well.
It's something they need to understand.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and it's no good saying to a client, "Oh, we'll call somebody now."
Yeah. No, it's one of
I
those
had a,
things. Yeah.
I had a family office turn around this morning and introduced me to some one of their clients who has a bunch of entrepreneurs he works with that wants to learn more about security,
Yeah.
which is great. The first thing we've got to do is say, why do you need to know more about security?
Naturally, yeah.
What is your problem? And when it comes to the Asian market, especially Hong Kong, China, and everything else, it's it's an interesting field to get into because there's so much kidnap ransom, and you've got organized crime over there, triads, everything
Yeah.
else. I know it's a scary situation to be in because I was there for 9.5 years and I understand the culture. But since China's taken over, everything's changed.
Yeah. It's no longer British Hong Kong. I get you.
You got it. And with the change comes new learning curves and everything for everybody else. And North American companies wanted to do business in China. All that's changed.
Yeah.
Again, the political situation with China, America, Russia, and everything else. It's something that you need to understand before you walk over there and put your feet on the ground.
No, that makes complete sense, brother. I hear what you're saying, and it's unfortunately, yeah, those are the kind of changes in the world and constant things we have to try and adapt to in all lines of work. So that makes complete sense.
One of the things is whatever country we go to, we understand the culture first.
Yeah, you have to.
One of the rules we work with all of our teams is you give respect to get respect. I learned that when I was living in Hong Kong. I couldn't speak the language. I can speak the language. I haven't used it for many years.
Yeah,
But I had to give them respect so they would give me respect. You
100%.
always understand the culture because so many cultures out there, and you could be saying hello in one word, and in another
Yeah.
culture it could be a slap in the face.
100%. That's exactly it. You're right. It's understand that you are in someone else's house in that sense, and they're going to realize that you are an outsider right off the bat. So you want to do your best not to step on any toes, and I completely agree with you on giving respect.
That's one of the things.
So I'm curious too, like it's been an absolutely incredible conversation with you. Do you have any questions for me, or is there anything else you'd like to touch upon?
No, what I've enjoyed is the fact that you reached out to me and
Happy to.
you wanted to listen to my misspent life. And again, it's you being understanding a little bit of what we do now that you can talk to other people that may have questions and you can explain it to them.
Yeah. No, I'd say I appreciate the conversation a lot. I've been able to talk with a few people who've been in your line of work to understand some of the things you've gone through, but you provide so much more clarity and context to a lot of issues, especially the day-to-day operations, the setup for what goes on for having to deal with high net worth clients, some of the pains they'll give you in that process. So it's been an amazing conversation, Steve. I appreciate it a lot.
Not a problem at all.
Thank you very much, my man.
Thanks, man. Stay safe.
You as well, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.